the community foundation, the first thing that we did was we realized we to match donors with the emerging needs that were in the community and that were caused because of this economic and health crisis. And so we formed, in conjunction with the United Way, in partnership with United Way, the Central Georgia COVID-19 Response and Recovery Fund. And the other thing we did the most was information from nonprofits. And so we designed a series of 8 calls, bi-weekly calls, where leaders in 8 nonprofit sectors call in and talk to each other and talk to us and talk about how this crisis has impacted the clients that they serve and their organizations themselves. And that's allowed us to figure out how we can, the most effective way to make grants and what the greatest needs are. What we found in these calls was across all sectors, food insecurity was the greatest immediate need. And so that's where we invested our time and our financial resources primarily. The next need that we had was around internet access. This crisis, Suzanne, has really, I guess, brought up and shone a light on things that were already there. It's exacerbated existing problems. Food insecurity has been a problem. The digital divide is a big problem, and then domestic violence. And so, those were the first 3 things that this fund has focused on. The other thing, the Community Foundation, as a donor who was also very interested in testing, we did not have enough testing going in our community, and we've been able to fund a testing. University was able to ramp up pretty quickly a testing facility, and so we've been able to fund that as well.
Awesome. How has COVID put a strain on the community foundation? I would imagine,
Well, from a strain, just because, like everyone, it's changed how we work, and so we've had to do things by FaceTime and that, but also it's changed how we interact with donors and with nonprofits. We can't go out there and really physically help and sit face to face and learn what's going on. So we've really had to rely on technology, and that has challenges. And but I feel like the community has done a great job coming together and sharing information. So that we're lucky. It hasn't impacted us the way it's impacted others. We've been able to maintain our staff.
How can folks help you? I mean, how, they see this and they say, wow, the Community Foundation is doing great work. How can they help?
I can contribute to the fund, first of all. I think that's really important. You'll hear at some point in the broadcast that we actually have just partnered to start raising money along with this fund for people who are in the creative industry that don't qualify for any federal stimulus. So we've got ways that if you give to this fund, you can help feed a family with $20. You can feed, using the food bank, you can feed 2 families per week. So contributing to the fund is probably the greatest way that you can help. Another way is to share. Of something, a need out in the community that is not being met. If you will email the community foundation, info at cfcga.org, and let us know if there's some needs out there that we're not hearing about.